It was a 1979 Chevy Cheyenne. It was blue, it was rusted out. 3 in the tree, no power steering, no power brakes, no power windows.
It started with David and an old beat up truck.
I can recall when it was David in a pickup truck.
I mean, if you go way back, I think it was David and a truck.
Originally, we were the affordable companies. The whole idea there was for affordable luxury. You know, what if we just shorten it? Instead of the affordable companies, ACO.
He was the labor. That's how things got done.
And he would work long, long days, push himself to the brink to build his business. And that's how he's continued.
Well, when I started, there was probably about 12 people, so we've more than doubled. We've gone from being a basic remodeling company to really streamlining that and making it so that the customer has a great experience.
What ACO does is really guide people through the process of remodeling, kind of removing that worry about what's next, so that they have these beautiful, amazing spaces at the end and they can really love where they live.
What I would say about ACO and the 20th anniversary, really just how far we've come. Now when I look and we've got 30, 35 employees, and I think of those 35 families that we're providing for, that part of it is pretty amazing to me.
I wouldn't call them employees. To David, they aren't employees. They're his friends, they're his family, they're a part of the ACO family.
So when I think of probably the most memorable moment for me, where it involves us all bonding together, it was a lot around designing the new showroom.
It was a push to come over here to not reinvent ourselves, but to enhance ourselves to be the top.
Our beginnings were pretty humble at the past showroom. We just really had to take it to the next level with this one. So everyone coming together with their ideas, balancing that with what David actually wanted.
And when we moved to Hub and Spoke, the building itself was intentional. Our showroom was so intentional, and it was blood, sweat, and tears of so much of our team.
I said, well, let's talk about how you really want to see the layout. And he, within like 10 seconds, sketched a layout, and I was like, oh, so that was in your head the whole time. He was like, can't you just envision like an open working space? And it's funny now, I feel like this entire building is really centered around that type of concept, and it worked.
So those are cool reminders of kind of what it was like back in the day and how we've evolved. I was getting into buying homes and fixing them up and either renting them out or selling them. At the end of the day, you know, when we built that type of project, I was like, you know, I built this, and that really appealed to my creative side and said, you know what, I think I'm onto something here.
I met David in middle school, 6th grade, so we were about 11 years old or so.
I went to a small country school. Joe came in and he was from the inner city. And I tell the story, he never remembers it, he says. But we were playing basketball in like PE class. He comes up and challenges me to mercy.
I swear this is in his head.
And I put him down real quick, and that's probably why he doesn't remember the story, but that was kind of the kickoff to our friendship.
He's gonna tell that story till we're dead, and I'm still not gonna remember that story.
Knowing that it's such an intimate thing that we're doing, coming into somebody's home and tearing it up, I mean, like literally ripping it apart, it's something that you want somebody that you can trust.
Klaus and the team, they're always working to try to figure out ways to just make it more enjoyable, less intrusive or invasive to the client.
Do it like you're doing it for yourself. If you constantly hold yourself to that bar, you won't fail.
ACO wouldn't be what it is today without the individual success of each person that's a part of ACO.
We all just work really hard. We all have kind of had the same common goal of just really striving for excellence.
I don't know that I've ever been in an environment where I've been encouraged more to be the best version of myself at work and at home.
It's not your family like your family at home. It's completely different. It's like your ACO family. It really is in the interactions from day to day where we're supporting each other when somebody's struggling with something.
I had a miscarriage. It was one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. Shortly after that, we had our wedding anniversary, and we planned a dinner, and it was just like, let's just go have a night and enjoy ourselves. We had a bottle of wine, and we each got like a steak, and we got an appetizer, and we got dessert. We were just like, yeah, this is great. The waitress came over, and she said, Joe called and said to take care of your bill. And we both looked at each other and just burst into tears. I mean, both of us were just like weeping.
I mean, what it means to me is it's created a sense of loyalty in me. That's what those actions do for me. It means I'm gonna work harder here and not, somewhere else.
I was the first one to have a baby here, and so nobody knew what to do. So I was able to put up a tension rod with a curtain. When I had to do motherly things and pump and all that stuff, I would literally just pull a curtain across the cubicle, and that was my privacy.
So I've forgotten a lot that's happened over the years.
Anybody who knows David, he's very, very stoic. I think having Sawyer, our little girl, and him being a girl dad has brought a whole nother side of him. I think a lot of the women who work at ACO, her moms, like, he gets it because he's watched me go through it. He's experienced being a parent, and he gets it.
At this point, probably me, David, and Joe, our relationship over the years has really become tight. I mean, they're essentially like brothers to me.
That's a kind thing to say.
And I actually have started this small collection of like pictures of the three of us. So I'm kind of keeping my own little memories of us growing together.
We've always been that way. I always said that Carly's my ride or die.
As far as most memorable moment outside of the office with the team, there aren't too many that I can share that are appropriate.
There's a big gap between what a lot of people think's fun and what we do for fun.
It's kind of like Vegas, you go to an ACO event, it stays at the ACO event.
Sheer filth.
Let me filter out the stories that are inappropriate. We have fun all the time. If I don't go to my desk and like hide from everybody, I will just sit in the showroom and laugh all day.
I met Carly at Carb Day. That's how she and I met and how she ended up at the company. The following year, we went back to the event. I don't know what I said to her that agitated her. There were drinks involved.
So as I went in for the tackle, he brought his knee up.
It planted right into her thigh, and it left a bruise probably about the size of someone's face.
I tumbled over him, so he fell. I was kind of falling over him.
Oh, it was a pretty good time. Yeah.
I've worked in the construction industry for a very long time, and the longevity of 20 years in this business is huge.
What's the next mountain for us to climb as a team?
Right now we have a really good understanding of who we are and what we do, and it's really just like honing those skills and being the absolute best, setting the bar for the industry as much as we can.
Now he's got the cabinet business, and that's kind of what David Decker does. He's like, I can dream bigger, I can do more, and I can help other people dream bigger and do more.
I think probably we'll outgrow this space if I had to guess, because I don't think that David's ever really going to slow down.
We may see some expansion and growth from the company outside of what we're doing year over year. Maybe there's a franchise model or something like that. Those are the things that really excite me for the next 20 years.
Also trying to gain interest in the younger generation with the Makers Playground here at Hub and Spoke. There's a lot in this world. It's not always about college. There's so many different things that you can do to be successful.
David, you surround yourself with people who care. You show people that caring does lead to success, and I can't wait to see what's next for you and for ACO.
Knowing what it takes to start up a business and make it successful, mad kudos to you.
Man, I got complete respect for you and everything that you've done, things that you put together.
It's really kind of amazing that Joe, Carly, and even now Klaus have invested their trust in me over the years.
So congrats on 20 years, bro. Looking forward to another 20.
I am so happy for you that we've hit 20 years. It's very exciting, huge accomplishment. Count on me and the team, me and Justin. I can speak for him too. I'm allowed to do that. More years to come. We're going to be here and we're going to keep making it bigger and better.
Can you say, hey bro, I love you?
Absolutely not. Telling him that I respect him is virtually saying something quite similar. I have at least some care for his well-being.
He did break up a little bit at my wedding.
We know how much being an entrepreneur means to you, not just for yourself, but everybody who is employed at your companies. And we're here to take care of you when you need us most. Sawyer and I just want you to know how much we love you and how proud of you are every day.
I'm just so grateful for all the people that have contributed to what ACO is today. Couldn't have done any of it without the people that have been around me.